Hello everybody. In this video we'll talk about the basics of functions in Python. Alright, so we'll start off by creating a function that will greet us and we'll have a parameter in it. Now to call this function, I will need to write its name first and then I will provide in the value for the parameter. Now when I will call this function, it will print out, hello, your name is Tony. Now what if I don't want to provide a parameter when I will call this function? Let's say we want to have a default value for the parameter. To do that, I'll just come over here and then say a equal sign and then the default value will be Steve. Now, if I will call this function without a parameter, it will still execute without any errors because we have already provided a default value for it. But still, if you want to call the function with a parameter, basically like overriding the default value, you can normally define the value again. Let's say Tom. As you can see, we got the results as expected without any errors. Now, I want to show you the difference between using the print and return keywords. Remember in my previous video, I used return keyword instead of using print to return value from the function. Let me show you why the return keyword is important when returning a value from a function. I will create a function called add and then the parameter will be number 1 and number 2. Return number 1 plus number 2. Now if I were to call this function and pass in the values for the parameters, when I will execute this, I'll still get the expected output. But now if I'll use print function here and recall the function, you will see no difference in the output. But now if I'll try to save the function's output in a variable, and call the variable, I'll get no output. But when we will try to check its type using the type function, you will see none type as an output. Now this is where the return keyword comes into play. Let me show you how. Now if I will return all of these cells by selecting kernel and then selecting restart and run all. So by using the return keyword, we were able to store the function output and later use it. And also we got the correct output for the type of the variable, which is int. Now that's it for this video. In the next video, we will talk about logic with functions.